begin at 7:05, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's wait till then.
Yeah. Right. So, welcome everyone to our second session on machine learning. I am Anusha Garg, core team member of GDSC SRCASW, and I'm thrilled to have you join us tonight as we delve into the fascinating world of AI, ML, and algorithms. Throughout the session, you all are requested to follow some rules and regulations. Please maintain the positive atmosphere and decorum of the event. You can turn on your videos, but please keep yourself on mute. We'll be having a Q&A session at the end, so you can drop all your queries in the chat section. Now let's take a quick look at the agenda of today's session. To gain fundamental insights into AI, ML, and algorithms, it is perfect for beginners, no prior experience needed. To explore the basics that form the foundation of machine learning, and Q&A session for all your queries at the end. Without further ado, let me introduce you to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Akanksha Rani. She is an upcoming software engineer intern at Microsoft, LFX mentee at Hyperledger Foundation, Palantir WIT Global Scholar 2023, co-founder of Health Hub, GHC Scholar 2023, mentor GSOC 2023 and GDSC, vice chair IEEE IGDTW. Over to you, Akanksha.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just read something. Did you just say Palantir? Yeah. I received the Palantir Women in Technology Scholarship 2023. Why are you so shocked about it? Samyak looks very, very excited, like he knows about it, right? That's why, because not a lot of people know about it. Yeah, it is. It is. It's amazing. I was not eligible to apply for internships earlier, like in my batch, so I did not. So, but yeah, it's really cool. Like I have attended their session. That's really cool. So let's get back to today's uh, session overview. And today's session would not be very much into deep, like it won't be very deep because I told like Khushi when she approached me that I asked like what type of audience we are dealing with. So before starting the session, can I just know how many of you are in first years right now? Can you just raise your hands? And if possible, you can turn on your cameras. I would be really happy to see you all and talk, because I don't like dull sessions. I like people interacting in there. If anyone can switch on the videos, that's amazing. That would be really good. And yeah, I'll see the. Okay, so we have around five students who are from first years. Okay. Now, from second year, how many of you are there? Can you just raise your hands? And yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Arpit is there. Okay. Sonali, Anusha. Great, great, great. Okay, now from third year. Okay. Okay, cool. That looks really cool. So what I can infer is that the I have very cool audience, that people from all the batches are there. Do we have fourth year students as well? Any fourth years as well? Okay, great, 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 great. So I see around 58 to 60 participants. So what about others? Others are not students in there. Do we have faculties too as well in Meet? I mean, is it like that? Why have not others raised their hands? Like around 25 people have raised their hands from my calculations. So, okay. So please, guys, if you're attending the session, be active and listen to what I say and ask questions in chat. We will also have an AMA session at the end of the my session, but please be interactive. That's all I would say. So, a brief introduction, like Anusha already had, like gave a very great introduction. If I'm saying the name right, am I right saying it right, Anusha? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so thank you so much for the introduction. It was really, really nice. I was myself very thrilled to hear that about me, because usually you don't hear that things, right? You know that you have achieved things, but you don't hear about it much. It's usually in such type of sessions only. So I'm very excited for today's session, and I'm Akanksha Rani. I am currently a pre-final year student at Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women, and I'm currently pursuing electronics and communication engineering with specialization in artificial intelligence. And other than that, I'm also an upcoming software engineering intern at Microsoft, and I have been into open source and have been an LFX mentee under. If you don't know about LFX, it's an open source program under uh, Linux Foundation. You must have heard about Linux, right? So I have been into open source. Now I'm also a web developer, and yeah, that's about my tech stack. Other than that, I am very passionate about co-curricular stuff as well. I am an event organizer. I organize my college fests. I am into a lot of societies in there. So that's my that's something that I'm interested in. And talking about my passion, so I have been into AI, ML, and machine learning far before I joined the college, because I've been working on the startup of mine like since I was in class 11. So this is something that is in there, something that has been part of me since school. So that's what I have taken forward, and I do not leave it, because even though I'm now into software engineering, but still, like, like make projects, I work on AIML. Still, I don't leave don't stop, because that's something that I'm passionate about. And I have written two research paper, and it is published officially in IEEE, which is a global research organization. And that's how I take forward my interest in machine learning. I write papers based on machine learnings. And if any one of you is interested in that, I'll talk about it later on as well. But yeah, you should write research papers that increases your resume, or it enhances your resume basically, and it is also an add-on to your skills. So firstly, how many of you are beginner level in AI, ML, and machine learning, who don't know anything about it? Like, this is their first session, and they would be, learning. They have come here to learn. How many of you are there? Okay. I see 14 hand, 19. Okay, 24, 26. Oh my God. Great, great, great. So, welcome, guys. All 25, 28, like how all of you welcome here. This session is come like solely for you, because I wanted to like take session for beginners. Yeah. So, and how many of you are at intermediate level, that they know about what is it, and have idea about stuff, and have worked on 1 to 2 stuff, they have brief idea about what exactly is, artificial intelligence, machine learning in theoretical aspect. I'm asking, not like into proper into hands-on stuff. Okay, 8 students around are there. 10, 12. Great, 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 great. 11. So, welcome, guys, to you as well, because this session would definitely improve your skills and would help you to learn more about stuff. Now, how many of you are experts who are here to compete with me? Ask me questions for and ask that, if they are having any problem facing, like, if you are here for any counter questions or any discussion based on machine learning, how many of you are there for that? Okay, we have around 4 to 5 students. Okay, three. Okay, four. Okay, great. I would love to talk to you guys as well. And please put down your views if you feel that I see anything wrong, or if you have any doubts in between the session. Please feel free to write it down. I don't mind anything. I am also a learner. I am also a student. I am also learning stuff. So I can be wrong at places. So if I'm wrong, please correct me in there. Okay. So uh, let's go share my screen. So I have not prepared some, specific PPT. I have collected a lot of resources that I have taken sessions. I was a mentor for my college GDSC in there. So I had taken a lot of session based on AI, ML, machine learning. I have mentored 200 plus students in my colleges only, who are my batchmates and even my juniors. So I've collected all the stuff so that in 1 hour I'm able to, give you a brief. This I won't go in deep, but this session would you basically trigger your interest in machine learning, so that you can start off on your own. Okay. So we'll keep the session very interesting, and do not if you feel that you are stuck at any place, please write in chat in there. I would take each and every doubt in there, even though the session extends to 2 hours. Does not matter, that's really cool. uh for but let's just 1 second, I'll just, there is that view. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's about me. I have already covered that part. My screen is visible, right, Anusha?
Yeah, it's visible.
Cool, cool, cool. So let's start from something in, that will catch your mind, like that will actually interest you. So there are some games in there which are based on uh, AI, ML, and machine learning. I'm not sure if you have heard about it or have ever used it. Most probably, some of you have played these games. So I'll share the links of these games in chat in there, so that you guys are interactive also, not just here to listen my lecture in there. So, okay, 733 participants are there. Great. So I'm sharing the links of some games which I want to try, which I want you all to try right now, and write in chat that if you're able to, play them properly. I'll also show in my screen. And there is a motive behind why I am telling you to, play these games. I'll tell you that later on, but that these are very baby games, but you'll definitely enjoy it a bit, because usually in sessions, what we do is we listen to lectures, But today we'll do something different. So first game is a Cementress, and let's go to this game. Let's see what happens in there. Okay. Okay. So do you see two options in there in Cemeteries, arcade and blocks? So basically, these are some AI-based games that are created by some people. So you can take the tutorial, but I'm not taking one. So okay, so let me give you a brief about if you have not. I you have to play this game, but I'll show you. So basically, based on the word that is in there, just give me one second. My battery is on the verge of going off. Just give me one second. Okay. So yeah. So basically, I have to write something that is related to the word pen. Okay, so I'll just write paper. Okay, I have written paper. So a pen is in there, right? Now I have to add some word which is related to pen again. So I'll just write, I'll just write something that is related. So basically, we have to write something that will break this, this pattern, and it will lead to a new word. So we have sound. So I'll just write music. Okay. So it will move and once it is there, I gain points if I write down words which are similar to the other words, right? So I see in there, okay, we see beer. So okay, I don't know, something related to beer. Okay, what should I write? Old monk, maybe. I don't know. Okay, no. So they don't know about the company. Let's forget that. Okay, so basically, this is a game. I just wanted to show what exactly it is. So basically, we have to write something that relates to that word, and can I just switch off the sound? Yeah. So, and we that will break the pattern, right? So let me come back to the meet. How many of you yeah, please let us know if you're playing these games, right? So I want to know, right? People write in there, like, have you figured out how to play this game? How many of you have played? Please raise your hands if you have played this arcade or the second game. Okay, okay, two, three, four. Okay, guys, I want you all to play this game. Eight. Okay, 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 okay. Still figuring out. Kushi is still figuring out. That's fine. That's okay. For like, if you play something for the first time, you need time. That's completely fine. Okay, so no problem in that. Let's go back and see the second game. What it is? Is it blocks? Okay. So this is also something similar to what we saw in arcade. So here you have to write something that relates to the word in there, and if like for example we have library, okay, so what we'll do, I'll just write a word book. Okay. uh I am having some network connection issues. Okay, never mind. So everything related to a book, it will break in there, and the blocks which are of same color, they will also break in there. So just wait for a minute. It will, I'm having some network issues. So yeah, if you must have seen that, right? Basically AI based Candy Crush it is, right? AI based Candy Crush, you can say. So do you see umbrella? Okay, I'll just write in rain. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, see. So I've gained points in there because I have like blocked, like broken the. Okay, someone has switched on the mic. Okay, so this game, I really feel that Kushi, have you figured out playing this game?
Yeah, kind of. Like it's pretty
This
interesting, I would say. Like something new, but yeah, pretty interesting. I would definitely recommend it to others as well.
Sure, sir. Thank you. And this one is really cool. I really love playing this because this is actually an AI-based Candy Crush. So I love this game. Now let's move forward to the second one, which is Pac-Man. And I'm pretty sure that this everyone you know, is familiar with already. We all have played Pac-Man when we were a kid, right? So this is basically a Pac-Man based on neural network, right? So do you see my face on the screen? Is that visible?
Yeah, it's
And on your laptop also, you must have seen, you must be able to see that. And whoever is on phone, I would recommend please switch on to laptop, because this session is really fun and I want you guys to take over, take the most fun you can. So in this session, like in this video, just see what am I doing exactly, and you have to follow it at the way I am doing, because it's not very easy to understand at first go. So just see what I'll do. So basically my face is in there. So I'll just add one sample which is face towards, like I have to basically add four samples. And which would be, first would be straight, second would be left, third would be down, fourth would be the right. So in that way I'll be basically training the Pac-Man to behave the way I would be moving my face, right? So let's add a sample. Okay. Okay, this one was bad. Let me refresh. So first sample would be okay. I'm facing towards the camera. Okay, first is there. Now second would be in the right side. Third would be down, and fourth would be in the left side. Okay, so I've created four. I've given there four models in there. Basically these are four patterns that I would be teaching my Pac-Man to act like, and it will actually move according to my face, right? So now I'll train the model. After this step you have to click on train the model. And I just hope you are keeping it along with me. No one is losing. If anyone is losing in, please help in there who have done that, help those people. Okay, so my model is trained now with a loss of 0.0037. Okay, what is loss? That is a bit deeper term, but never mind. Let's play the game now. Let's see how good it works. It's not very, accurate, but it does work. I know about that. Okay, so see. Okay, see, it's working, right? Okay, I'm dead. Right. Okay, so it is actually working according to my face. Do you see that yellow border that is going in and there, right? So this is how it works. Okay. I'm actually enjoying playing the game. Okay. Let me complete one game, but I'm dead already. Let's get back in there, okay? Or else we would be spending the whole session in there playing Pac-Man in there, okay? So, how many of you have played this game according to the way I told you? Are you able to play this game? Okay, Nikunj has played. Great. Asya, Arpit, Anusha, Samarth, Yogita, Shambhavi. Great. Great. Wow. Uh, okay, great. I have a really good audience today, that I can say, because the last session I took, the audience were not able to figure out at first. But yeah, great knowing that you all are able to play. Now, should we move forward to the last game, guys? The last game. Please give me a heads up so that I can move forward to the last game. If anyone is still stuck on Pac-Man, please come over here. I know it's interesting, but we cannot waste a lot of time. We don't have much time, right? So let's get back. So the last one is Akinator, and I'm sure that some of you might have heard about it. Akinator is something that was very famous recent, like in last to last year, I guess. So basically, what exactly it does, it's a genie, the AI genie, but guesses what exactly the thing is in our mind, right? So I want every one of you to think of something, right? Any thing which categorized into these categories, right? For example, I would, I would think of a word. um like I'll think of a word vampire, right? So let's move to character. So everyone, like I want each one of you to think something of your own, which categorized into object, animals, or characters, right? So I want to see how many of you are actually able to, uh, get the right thing from the genie, and how accurate the genie is. So I have thought of the word vampire. I want every one of you think of something and type that thing in the chat. Whatever you think of, just type that in the chat, so that at the end we can figure out like what exactly it is. So let's go to characters. Since my word is vampire, it comes in characters most probably, not in animals, right? So is their character known for making YouTube videos? No. Please play it according to you. I'm just showing it so that people who are not able to understand are able to, figure out. Is there a character of Indian origins? No, we don't have any vampires in India. Okay, so is your character real? No, it is not real. Is your character from an anime, Japanese animation? No, it is not from an anime. Does your characters have legs? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's move forward. Is your character from cartoon? No, not from cartoon. Is your character from a game? No, vampires are not from game. Is your character from a popular movie? No. Yeah, it is. Like, yeah. Is your character related to Marvel? No. Is your character play in Harry Potter? No. No vampires in Harry Potter. Has your character been into space? No. It questions a lot. Is your character female? No. Does your name of character appears in title of a movie? Yes. Does your character have special powers? Yes. Is your character linked with the sea? No. So we have to deal with it. The questions are in there because I would teach like tell you something important. That's why I'm playing this game. No, no. Okay, is your character bad? Vampires are bad, yeah, but bad but lovable. Is your character red hair? No, no. I'm not sure if it will able to figure out Balvi returns. No. Yes. Okay. Will it be able? Okay. No. Okay. It guessed my character. Is your character a vampire? Yes. Okay. Great, guys. So I am able to figure out mine. How many of you? How many of you are able to get the exact character? I want you guys to raise your hands, like the character that you asked the Akinator to, right? Okay, okay. Oh my God. Five. Okay. Seven, six. Okay, okay. That's great. That's really great. Wait, but how does that works? Okay, yes. Still moving to it. Don't worry. The main reason I made you play this game was that only so that you practically understand what exactly AI and ML is, right? So you can okay, let's get back to the theoretical aspect.
All right, people. So I guess due to network issues, Akanksha ma'am, she has actually left the meeting, but yeah, she'll be back after figuring out the network issue. Meanwhile, you people can have a guess at okay, how does that Genie website make a guesses for, your characters or your games. And yeah, in case anyone hasn't tried it yet, please go ahead, make sure you try it. I will be posting up those links again, and in case you feel that I missed out on any link, feel free to post the link from your end. But yeah, make sure you play all these games meanwhile and let us know your reviews. Like, which game did you like the most? Which game do you feel that it is more fascinating and more easy to use? Yeah, Nikunj, you would like to mention something?
Uh, I want to just basically ask, can you provide the links of the three games once again?
Yeah, I have dropped a few links from the PDF from the presentation right here. Let me get links of two, three more. I guess I missed out on them. You can access the Pac-Man game and the theme selection game from here. Let me send with the one for Genie and the semantics. I guess, yeah. So meanwhile, you people can make guesses. You can try out these games. Let me inform the speaker. There must be some network issue.
Thank you, Kushi. I got that.
All right, okay. Okay, so Akanksha ma'am is back. Yeah, ma'am, we were very excited, and we were talking about the hype of these games and others. I guess Samyak and others will have
Okay.
they'll be telling you. Okay, please continue.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So, I don't know how and what happened. I mean, must have been some network issues. So, can you just tell me what exactly was the last thing that I was speaking about? Like, what was it?
Okay, so you discussed about all those games, and then you said, let's come to the theoretical aspects, and boom, we couldn't see you on the screen. So that was the last thing you mentioned.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay, okay. So, I'm so sorry. Let's start off there. I was speaking in air. I was not sure that, I'm audible or not. So, everything is cool now. I'm audible and you can see me on screen properly.
Yeah.
Cool. So, everyone, so basically, the three games that I made you play were based on the major domains of artificial intelligence, right? Which are natural language processing, computer vision, and data for AI, data science, basically. And a lot of things come in there, right? Data feeding, data processing, EDA, and a lot of stuff. But these are the three major domains, basically. We'll study about them deeply later on, but just to make you understand what exactly these three domains are that Symmetris was something which was based on what we write, like based on text recognition, pattern recognition, and all these stuff, right? Text to speech, speech to text, all these come under NLP. And then about computer vision, it sees what it basically image processing comes under computer vision. Now about data for AI, basically data processing, data feeding, all these stuff come under this domain, and it works on basis of that, right? So I did not, I was speaking in there. Okay, I thought I spoke stuff, but okay. So what exactly is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is basically, let's define it. So basically a machine mimicking human intelligence, right? So when we feed a machine like data set and train it according to what we want it to work like I want my for example, I want an chat GPT to give me answers. So it must have been fed with crores and lakhs of data, right? And there, that's why it gives so accurate results. So basically, when we teach a machine that you have to work like this, and we feed in data that you have to work in this, not more than that. So that exactly what makes an AI machine. Data plus algorithm. Data is basically what we feed in their information, and the algorithm is the method, the technique of working. That's what makes an AI machine. So let's move to something really cool. And I am sure that most of you have used most of the stuff that you can see on the screen. So these are the daily life apps, daily life software stuff that we use in there, and all these stuff use artificial intelligence. So let's move to some questions and increase the more interest towards artificial intelligence. So how many of you know how does Spotify uses artificial intelligence? I want some people to guess in there, like how does Spotify uses artificial intelligence and machine learning? Like what is the their way of doing that? Okay, Varuni Sharma, can you just type in chat, like how do you think that it uses recommendation? Okay, great. I want a bit more like explained answer. Okay, great, great. Recommending songs, and how does it do that? Improves quality of recommendation. Okay, recommendation. Okay, let's take the word recommendation. Create playlist for us. Okay, it is used to help listeners discover content via recommendation and search. Generates playlist, extract audio content, reads signals for cataloging and other content based application. Nikunj, have you copied it from Google or written it yourself?
Enter it by myself, ma'am.
Wow, that's great. Really appreciate it. I'm very happy. Like, great. No, Samya, he said that he wrote that himself. So let's appreciate what he has written. And thank you for the answers. That's really great to know that you know about what exactly that happens in artificial intelligence. So now talking about Google Maps. So what does Google Map does? So it figures out a pattern in there which based on the satellites and all that other stuff. But basically Google Maps also recommends us the shortest path based on our destination and the location point, right? So what it does, there are different algorithms in there which are there to figure out the shortest path. In machine learning, we have different algorithms, so it uses those algorithms. Now, Amazon. So, how, like, do you know that, I'm pretty sure that most of you have noticed, like, for example, you search up a shoes or a, dress in there on Amazon. You see it everywhere, right? On your Instagram, on your Facebook, or except WhatsApp, you see the apps, ads everywhere. Does it happens with you all, right? Yeah, you're right, Nigunj. That's exactly the algo name. And okay, so ads recommendation, great. So you know about it. So basically, it also uses recommendation pattern recognition system, and that's how Amazon works. Okay. So YouTube, everyone knows the same thing. Netflix, the same thing. But in Snapchat, okay. So what happens in Snapchat? Any idea, guys? Like how does it fits the filters in there, and uh, the filters are so natural that we don't recognize the real person and the fake filter. How does it happens? Because what do you think what happens in there when we use filters? Yes, Nikunj is very right. We use image processing techniques in there, and which comes under computer vision, right? So we have different advanced algorithms like CNN. We have different training modules as well, which are based. So basically, when we talk about image processing, Nikunj, so KNN we do use, but it comes under basic algorithms, right? So for image processing specifically, we have different. Yeah, CNN is one of the major algorithms that we use, and KNN we can use for for the simple data sets as well, but no, for image processing specifically we have to use CNN, because we that is a very deep term. We can take that in another session, but yeah, I can even explain that to you, but we don't have that much time. So that was about it. Now, figuring about the different, I already told that AI domains are natural language processing, data science, and computer vision. These are the AI domains, right? So what happens in there? Let's learn a bit about what exactly is data science. So a lot of people ask that what is difference between AI, ML, and data science, right? So data science is basically, uh, a sub part of artificial intelligence, which, for example, if we are doing weather forecasting, or we are uh, doing a disease prediction, so what we use a lot of data sets, right? So the data sets are in different types, alphabetical or numerical. And I'll also show you some data sets that will clear it out. So that is what that comes under data science. In computer vision, as I said, image videos comes under computer visions. For our, like, in our daily life, we use smartphones, like we have pattern recognition, we have face recognition, we have filters. So all these stuffs come under a computer vision, right? So one second. Yeah, open source computer vision library, yeah, it's also available in openly. Now talking about the, one second. Okay, let's move to the next slide because okay. Okay, so basically, when we talk about artificial intelligence, so uh, Python is the language that we use for artificial intelligence, right? So, how many of you have studied Python or will be studying in your next semesters? Like, how many of you have idea about Python already? Okay. 11, 12, 13, 16. Great, great. So I'm taking that some of you have already, used Python and have idea about it, right? So great, studied already. Great, great, great. So I'm sure that you must be able to read the codes and understand what exactly happens in there. So basically, when we talk about artificial intelligence, the main difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning is basically artificial intelligence is the, we have studied sets and sets in our 11th class, right? So what happens in there, we have a big set and then under it we have another subset, then another subset. So basically artificial intelligence is a universe under which we have one of the galaxy, which is one of the major galaxy machine learning, and under that we have earth, which is deep learning, right? So that's how you can understand it. Artificial intelligence is a program that can sense, reason, act, and adapt. Machine learning is basically the algorithms we work upon. Uh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry for that. So basically, and deep learning is basically the subset of machine learning in which no, it's basically a deeper version, and we can study about it later on. But basically, this is the sequence in which we move forward: artificial intelligence, machine learning, then deep learning, right? So, one second. Some application will cover on later on. Let's move forward to the supervised. Where is it? Just one second. I had opened it for you. I'm not able to find that. So, one second. Give me 1 second.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, are OpenCV and computer vision different or they are same?
OpenCV is basically a module, like like a module that we use to use, like when we want to use computer vision, there's a command, right? So we use OpenCV as a library. Yeah, right. That the right word. It did not come in my mind. Yeah, we would learn about it. 1 second. I'll just move forward to libraries. So yeah. So basically, in when we talk about Python and machine learning, so we have different libraries that we have to import in order to use the technologies of Python, machine learning, and all these stuff, right? So we have some major modules. The basic modules are NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. OpenCV is also there. When we work with Alexa, like when we work with voice recognition or image recognition, we need to install OpenCV. So we have the command for it as well. Import OpenCV is the command in Python, right? So NumPy is one of the major libraries of Python. Then we have Pandas, then we have Matplotlib. What exactly do they do? uh, NumPy is basically working with arrays, and it deals with the mathematical aspects more. Then we have pandas, which deals with manipulation and analysis, data analytics more, right? And like when we want to add on some tables, numerical tables, time series, date and time, all these stuffs, right? So when we talk about matplotlib, so it is completely extended version of NumPy. It basically helps us in plotting graphs, like we have histograms, pie charts, all these stuff. Matplotlib helps us with, right? So how many of you have worked with Google Collaboratory? Can you just raise your hands so that I have idea about it? How many of you already know and have? Okay, so you guys have worked on some project or something, or you have like good experience in there, like basic experience or good experience? I want to know that.
Ma'am, good experience in projects.
Okay. So what? So you must have worked on some project, right,
Yes, ma'am, in final semester.
Nikunj?
Yes, ma'am. In final semester, we are,
What was the? Okay. What was the project?
ma'am, automated penalized system in non-parking zones.
Automatic what? Sorry,
Auto,
couldn't hear that.
automated penalized system in non-parking zones.
Great, great. So Nikunj must have already have idea about that. So guys, what is Google Collaboratory? So I am sure, like I just saw that like most of you don't have idea about it. So let's open a Google Collab. So basically, this is how a Google Collaboratory looks like, right? So right now the screen has some very basic mathematical calculations in there, because I just noticed that most of you don't know about it. So Google Collaboratory is basically a platform where we create models, or we write in our Python codes, and we run stuff, right? So basically we can, okay, one second. So what happens is there, we don't have that much time, we can definitely take one more session for a deeper overview of how we worked on different prediction works. Like I have worked upon two major projects. One was based on breast cancer prediction, one was based on chronic diseases. So all these stuff, it's something deep, and that you would, if you're interested in working upon that, then only you can understand. So it showed some errors. So what happens in there is, you have to feed some data set, right? So from here you upload a data set. For example, like let's introduce yourself to Kaggle. So I am sure that those of you who are into AIML must know about Kaggle. If you don't know, so Kaggle is basically a platform in there from where we download different data sets. It has thousands of data sets in there, from where we download the data set and we train our models in there, right? So what we do is we download, my net is not working well, so basically we download in data from Kaggle, then we upload it. So other than Google Collaboratory, we also have Jupyter Notebook, right? Jupyter is also one of the major platform where we do where we create models, or we write the code for Python, right? So if you see on the screen, so we have a lot of data sets in there, right? So if you see, we have like all these data sets are available that you can download, and you can work on any project. If you have not started with any project yet, just download some data sets, because this has a lot of data sets which you can work upon. But if you want to work advanced, right? If you don't want to like pick up some data set from in here, because this is not very authorized, right? For example, I was doing something on healthcare domain, and it was a very serious project, so I cannot take any data set in there, right? So what I did was, you can visit a lot of official hospital sites, they provide you the data set, right? And that data set is actually authorized and it is accurate. So what you have to do in there, that like for example, this is a breast cancer based data set. Let me download it for you, so that you, like those of you don't know anything about data sets, at least have idea. So one second. Okay. So okay, archive. So this is a data. This is how a data set looks like. So you can see it is in numerical form, right? So this is how it looks like. So if you can see, it has a lot of parameters in there. On the first uh, column, it has a lot of parameters in there, right? Diagnosis, radius, perimeter, area, smoothness. So these are the different parameters based on which we have prediction, right? So based which we use for training our model, that you have to train it in such a way that these parameters follow up, and based on that we get a result. So that's what comes under the data set. Now moving forward to the algorithms. I'm so sorry that I have to include all the stuff like this, but since this is an overview and introductory session, so I'm just trying to like keep on stuff and try my best to put in everything so that you can at least go, like after the meet you can go and search that topic and deeply learn that. Have no problem in taking one more session with you, but that's how we have to do it, because yeah, we have constrained on session timings. So now let's study a bit about machine learning in deep, right? So in that we'll study about different algorithms as well. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so let me present. So basically, what happens in there is, oh my God, my network is really okay. Right. So basically, in AI ML machine learning, we have in machine learning we have two major domains. That is three major domains. I'm so sorry. That is you know if you can see the screen right now. So this is the family of ML models, which is basically how machine learning works like, right? So first we have supervised learning, then unsupervised learning, then reinforcement learning. So these are the subdomains of machine learning, under which if we define supervised learning, it is basically determining relationship through training, right? When we talk about unsupervised learning, it is basically discovering new patterns, and it does not depend on the feeded data, but it it recognizes stuff on its own, right? So supervised learning uses labeled data set, and it works upon the data that we feed it in. Okay. So now, reinforcement learning is basically the learnings that we get by actions. For example, the robots, the automated cars, the automatic washing machines, right? So all these things comes under reinforcement learning. So we basically have three families of models: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning, right? So I'll give you overview about all these stuff. So supervised learning is basically in this our goal is to specifically find, uh, an output data which is based on input data that we feed in, right? In this, the data is labeled, and the algorithm prediction is, is either classified data or regression takes place, right? So some terms might be, going out of your head, but don't worry, I'll try to make it easier for you. So as I said, reinforcement learning is basically learning from new experiences, and the late data is unlabeled. It is not XY, right? It is very unlabeled data, and it interprets and predicts stuff by clustering techniques and the dimensionality reduction. All these comes under unsupervised learning, right? So I'm sorry if you're overwhelmed, with a lot of new terms, but trust me, if you at least get 50% of what I speak, you'll start to rebuild your interest in AI and ML, right? So reinforcement learning is basically, as you can see on screen, we input raw data, then based on there is an environment is created, and in that environment we have different action taking place. We have then we based on that we have different state of environment, right? And based on that we select an algorithm. Now we have output in there which is based on input data only, right? So it's basically robots, how robots work upon that comes under reinforcement learning. Now we talk about different techniques of ML algorithms. So regression, classification, clustering. So these are three different techniques, right? In regression, what happens is we figure out data based on the nearest neighbors, right? For example, KNN is one of the most famous regression models, because it basically figure out stuff based on the data which is nearest to it. Just 1 second. Okay. So now figuring out. Okay. I'm so sorry for the break. Just I was checking my network is fine or not. Now, classification model is basically dividing the data set into two or three or four or five, like in different categories. Basically, classification is that, and clustering is basically creating different sets of clusters, and based on that, putting the best cluster out of there and doing the predictions, right? So these are different algorithm techniques in there. Now, with a very easy example, let's understand what exactly is classification, right? One second. Okay. So let's understand what exactly is classification is. Uh, just one second. Just I'm just having a glass of water because I feel like, I'll stumble. Thank you. So basically, in classification, what happens in there is we have, as you can see on the screen, we have different independent variables. Basically, you can see, we have fruits, we have vegetables, we have eggs, right? So every all the objects are different, of different category. When then what we do, then we apply a classification model in there, and it categorizes vegetables, our fruits, our different things based on based on our the specific categories. So as you can see, the output is basically a categorical value, and the output variables are unique, right? One is the grocery stuff came under groceries, the vegetable stuff came under vegetables. So that exactly is classification, how classification model works. Now talking about regression, what happens in there is, we put in independent input variables. Then the regression model is basically a recipe, right? So what will it will create? It will create a dish which is based upon all these, inputs. So it basically is a technique which is basically a training technique by which affects our output. So the output variable depends on the input variable. The final result depends upon that, and it is basically the output of all the variables in there. But in classification models, we separated the our input variables, right? So that's the difference between these two. Now we'll brief about some of the, I don't think we can cover a lot of like algorithms in there, but let's see some of the algorithms. We have linear regression, right? We have logistic regression. I'll tell you about the differences between in there about of all these. One second. And then we have one second. Okay. So linear regression and logistic regression are two major supervised learning algorithms, and these two algorithms comes under supervised learning. Why? Because it works upon label data set. And what is the difference between these two data set is basically, in the linear regression, what happens is, to it like the dependent output is based upon the independent input variable. The dependent output is based on independent input variable, right? So in logistic regression, what exactly happens is that, the dependent output variable is basically, it uses classification technique, but in linear regression it uses regression technique, right? So we learned about difference of these two in there, right? What happens in there. But if we talk about accuracy, so logistic regression is better in there in a lot of prediction models. Why? Because logistic regression is used for large data sets, and linear regression has this you say like disadvantage, that we cannot use it on a very large data set. It shows some, errors that I personally have experience in there, right? So I hope that you must have got about idea about some of these algorithms. Now, other than that, we have a lot of unsupervised learning algorithms like KNN. We have SVM, right? SVM support vector machine. It is said. So, covering all these topics in one session is not at all possible. But if needed, I would take another session for you all. And do not worry if you have any, doubt or anything. I'll help you out, right? And today's session was basically just an introductory session, and I hope everyone got an idea about what exactly is this. And for a hands-on session, we need a separate session as well. But for as a suggestion, I would say that you should definitely try out making working with a data set, just pick up a data set from Kaggle, right? If you want to start off, this is for beginners and intermediate people. You can take out a good data set. Then what you do, that then you can modify the data set yourself. You do not need to work upon the same data set that is present. You can modify the data set, rows, columns, and create your own data set based on a lot of data sets, right? So that's how you make a quality project, right? So what I did when I searched about breast cancer, like when I made a project in there, so I researched almost 50 plus projects which were based on same topic, and then I created a data set of my own which were based on all these different data sets, and it was my own personal data set, right? And that on that I used a lot of algorithms, supervised, unsupervised reinforcement. I also use advanced boost algorithms as well. But that's how you make a quality project. But for the beginners, you can just pick up a model, and you can even check the codes out of there. So here you'll like, for example, this is a neural network data set. So we have code in there. For example, let's see the notebook. So we call notebook, right? We call the Python notebook for when we work in like in machine learning and data science. So these are different Python commands. I am sure you might, like, whoever has studied Python know about what exactly these commands do, right? So you have to first learn reading the code. That is very important. If you don't understand reading the code, you cannot work in machine learning or artificial intelligence in practically, right? You'll understand stuff like I showed you games and all. You like in theoretical aspect you'll understand, but when we talk about hands-on stuff, for that you need to work upon some of Python notebooks, and you have to create some projects of your own, and that I can definitely help you if you are having any doubt. But that's how you can start off. And you don't need to feel very overwhelmed, or let me come back to the screen and speak, because we are already off time. Huh. Okay, so basically, whatever I showed it to you, it was just introductory session, right? So, yeah, Nikunj needs one more session. Don't worry, we can have. Kushi has also noted that, and I would love to take one more session, and I can take series of sessions, because this is something I enjoy upon. I have taken advanced session as well, but there are audience, right? Right now we have a lot of beginners in there in session, so that's what we have to take care of. But for the beginners, if you want to start off, as I said, please go on Kaggle. Please work on different notebooks, and if you have any doubt, you can you reach out to me. Then we talk about the next, then we talk about intermediate people. Like, you have a bit of experience in there, so what you can do is you can work upon some very advanced projects, so that you can put them up in your resume. And for when you sit in internship or any session, sorry, any opportunities, so that helps you a lot. Now, talking about the advanced people who are already good at it, like what you can do is you can actually apply to jobs based on that. Like, we have very big companies like Nvidia, and even Palantir is one of them, but these are international companies. In India also, we have some of the startups in there, very good startups. You can apply upon that and actually work upon these stuff. So for all the three personas, I have given my suggestions and all, and that was all from me. I hope everyone loved the session. If you have any doubts and anything, you can just can we take AM questions in there, or we cannot? Khushi, Anusha, can we
We
take some
would love to
questions?
take up questions from the people, because I can see, like, from the beginning, there were many enthusiastic learners who were, very excited from the games to the theories. So yeah, please go ahead with the Q&A. We can, wait for your questions, but yeah, everyone is requested to please drop in your queries, whether it's about data science, AI, ML, or it's about, Akanksha ma'am's journey to open source, how she cracked LFX, and so on. You can ask her anything, because she is a very talented lady, and the women like her set a benchmark for the other inspiring young women, to do something in tech. So yeah, please, everyone, feel free to ask question, because we would love to hear from you as well. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Khushi. I'm so overwhelmed, and your university is like women's only, right?
Yeah, the college is women's only, but like in
I
collaboration with other GDSCs, we have
I
people from
but the
BTech
session
as
is
well.
open to all, right? Yeah, great, great. That I saw. And it's not just about women in there, right? But I am from also a all women's college, so I know that a lot of girls in there are, are trying their hard, like are trying hardcore in the tech industry. And I'm really like from my university experiences, I'm really happy to see that we have different colleges who are taking forward stuff. And your college is also doing a lot of stuff. You have really good people like Kushi, Anusha, and all these stuff. All these people help you, to look, you look upon to them, and then you move forward in life, right? That's how you do it. And talking about boys, and I'm really happy to see a lot of boys in there in the session, because usually people there are this women in tech people, there is a debate in there, right? Between men and women, when we talk about technology. But from my point of view, you should not be like, it should not be like that. I know there are different debates based upon the intern season, the placement season. But trust me, if you are talented, no one can take away your seat. No one can take away the opportunity from you, right? Whether it's an internship, whether it's anything, right? So, ma'am, would what should our journey to be if you want to start some ML project? So, as Varuni, I said that if you want to start upon a project, what you do is start from the basics. Just take a data set, or just see some YouTube video works as well. But in my case, I learn from projects only. So take a data set, take a already written code. Okay, so invest some time in reading the code. That's how you start learning stuff, right? Sure, sure, I'll share my link tree in there. Just give me 1 second, because I know after session I receive a lot of DMs in there, and I'm happy to answer them. But if I am late in answering, please don't mind, guys. I'm a bit busy in college as well. I'm still a student, right? So you can connect me on Linktree, right, for any doubts, anything. But yeah, I was saying, yeah, Varuni. So basically, after you create, after you learn reading the code, as I said, create a data set of your own. Then you run all, because all these algorithms are readily available in Google. Whether it's logistic regression, linear regression, are already available. So that's how you learn stuff, and that's how you initialize stuff. After that, once you make a basic project, you yourself would like to enhance, or you would like to move to voice recognition. You would like to make a Spotify app, right? You would like to make an Amazon clone, and you would love to know about the technologies in there. So that's how you build up interest more and more. So but just that, do not leave stuff in between, right? If you do not understand, reach out to your seniors, reach out to people on LinkedIn, reach out to people who are experts in there. They will definitely help out, not one or two. Sometimes people don't respond, but if you reach out to 10 people, 15 people, at least two will respond, right? But for your learning, you are responsible. You have to reach out to people, not people will come to you, right? That today's session, that is something your college is organizing. But after this session, if you don't do stuff, it's not the college's fault, right? It's not GDSC's fault that you don't understand machine learning. It's your fault that you did not take up your interest more. Ma'am, there is so much to learn, then how to manage everything in limited amount of time. So this question to me is, I don't know how to answer that. Because in myself, I'm very active in co-curricular stuff in my college, right? I have organized, like I am still organizing like a fest for like 15,000 plus people, and co-curricular stuff, all these stuff. But the thing is, the major thing that keeps me up, that we just have 2 to 3 years, or like 3 years or to 4 years for a college, right? After that, you have to end up in a corporate world, or you have to end up in a, if you're going for masters. So life becomes very difficult after college. So these 4 years, you enjoy stuff, right? You go in fests, uh, you enjoy your life. But if you are doing something productive at this point of time, I'm sure that your next 5 years or 10 years of life would be better than what you expect, right? So that's how that is the stress that I take upon, only stress that I take upon myself, that yeah, if I work right now, things would be better for next 5 years. If I work, utilize these fun times, it's not like you do not have to enjoy. Go to fests, go to parties, all these stuffs you can do definitely. But if there is something that is important, if for grabbing an internship, if DSA is important, you have to do that, right? You have to take out time every day for that. And that's how you keep up stuff, by not having that give up attitude. And having this thing in mind that you're not working right now, you're working for the future, right? So do we have any more questions in there? How can we get in touch with you? Okay, so I already shared my link tree. You can connect me on my social, on my link tree. And any more questions, Khushi?
Currently, we don't see any questions, but yeah, I just had some interesting question. I don't know if it's valid enough or not, but like since you're into AI ML, you wrote some papers around it, and like I actually now have two questions. Okay, so first of all, like you have written many more papers on AI ML and something. So I just want some basic overview that what a person like either call it a prerequisites or like what a person should keep in mind while they are into writing a research paper. Like I myself wrote one, but it wasn't around ML. It was some IoT and Android stuff. But I'm pretty much interested into this ML thing because yeah, it is into my curriculum in this coming semester. So anything that you would like to
Okay.
highlight from your journey or any suggestions for a newbie into this domain?
Mhm. Sure, sure, sure. So ma'am, this is misuse of host powers. So so, yeah, she is actually overutilizing stuff, and it is very good that she asked this question because this question is not benefiting her. This question would benefit 41 more people in there in Meet, right? So, uh, so great. So basically, we usually have sessions for research writing. You already have idea about it, right? You must have idea. But like we have different sessions in there. So there is a process, right? If you already have written paper, you must be knowing about the format in there, right? You wrote a IEEE paper, an IEEE paper. Khushi, you
Yeah,
wrote an
yeah,
IEEE based
we
paper.
had for this
Okay.
IEEE purpose only we kind of wrote it.
Mhm. Okay, great. So I am sure that you must be knowing about the format for the people who don't know about IEEE. So IEEE is basically International Institution of Electrical Engineers, which is not just for electrical engineers. Let me correct it, because it is basically an organization which is research-based organization, which is responsible for a global, like it is a global organization which is the most reputed in research world, and we paper publish articles in there in the IEEE Explore library. So we have a format of the how we have to write the paper. We have methodology, we have abstract, we have references, we have different models in there, and all a lot of stuff. So for AIML, so we have what we have to do is basically there are two types. If you're a beginner, like for example Khushi said that I did not wrote anything in ML and AI, what she can do is she can read about, like for example she takes a topic, she takes a topic, the heart disease prediction. Okay, so what she will do, she'll she'll go to Google Scholar. We have a platform, Google Scholar. Let me share the link, and for the people who don't know about it, so Google Scholar has a lot, like it basically is based for research enthusiasts, right? So research enthusiasts in there, because it has a lot of research papers in there, and usual people usually search upon different research topics and get papers from here, right? So what you can do is you can go and research, she'll go to Research Scholar, then she'll read about heart disease based projects. Then what she can do is, she after reading a lot of papers, she'll create a review of it, right, in her own words. So for starting up, what she can do is she can compare, and she can make different visualized models, like we have graphs, she can make histograms, she can make pie charts, and basically make a review paper. So for starting off, she can make a review paper for the for understanding the ML part. Then the next paper, what she can do is she can write a conference paper, which is basically the main paper. So I wrote my first paper, which was conference paper, in my first semester itself, right? It was 2022. So in that, what I did was, I at first we do data pre-processing, where we rectify the data set. Then we move forward to the EDA, which is exploratory data analysis. Then we move forward to training and testing. Then we move forward to algorithms. Then we move forward to accuracy. Like all these stuff are step by step, all these stuff come in place, and you can read all these stuff also in research papers. What I'm speaking is something very a bit difficult to understand for the people who don't know about ML and AI. But if you read a paper, you will see they have graphical models, like we call it flowchart, right? We have different flowchart which explain this technique, the pre-processing, then EDA, then algorithms, then accuracy, then F1 score. So all these stuff must be included in an AI ML based paper. For conference paper I'm talking about. For review paper, it is also published in conferences, but it's basically what you can say is basically a step to beginner, right? For a beginner, it is very helpful to go forward for a conference paper. So I hope, Kushi, that answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. We have more questions in the chat section, and yeah, they are pretty much interesting. Please have a look.
Mm-hmm. Okay, ma'am, I am from AIML domain in college. So I want to go in STEM. So, ma'am, I should learn Java other than Python. Okay, so when I talk about me, so basically, I was learning C++ because I was doing DSA. So what I did was, I also wanted to go in data science, but like something that I would definitely recommend is do not leave DSA because these are initial years. Like if you're from BTech background, then then you must be interested in SDA for sure, right? Because it pays off well, right? Even from other domains also, you internships are open now, right? It's not just for BTech. There are a lot of opportunities which are open for different streams, and there, especially open source is something that takes up people from all the backgrounds, whether from BCA, BSc, or any thing. And these programs like LFX, GSOC, Outreachy, all these programs are the best places for all people to earn money and learn, right? I have taken a lot of open source based session before that. In that I have explained stuff, and I can even take up, if you want, I can take a session, because these opportunities on there, they really help you to learn technologies. So there is this I really look up to this girl, and like people who are active on LinkedIn, must be knowing about this girl. So Bhavna Chauhan is one of like seniors of, she's from DU only, and she's from BSc background, but she has cracked so many open source opportunities. So, and I was so inspired by seeing that, because people from BTech background are not able to clear open source internship, and she from being from BSc did that. So not only LFX, even MLH, and even XROS and all these stuff. So I was like, if she can do it, what is the problem that you cannot? Or anyone from BTech or BC or from any background, anyone can do anything, trust me. And talking about not just open source, like open source is the best, because I myself feel that it is something that has helped me to earn in my early college years, and you should also try that. But talking about okay, machine learning and skills. Yeah, sorry, I was just answering the question. So I would say, Devendra, just keep the pace along with. If you love Java more than any other language, do that along with Python. But what you can do is just use Python for projects, right? For your resume projects, you can learn that much Python that is required for making projects. For the major language, you can go with Java, that you can do, right? And being from AIML domain, it does not matter, and that if you're from AIML domain, then you'd only go to Python. Because I am from electronics domain, I am doing everything that a CS BTech student does. So, right, it does not matter, your branch stream, your college, nothing matters in there when we talk about these skills. Now, I hope, Divin, that answered your question. If not, you can ask again. Then we have Durgesh, which is the best platform to learn machine learning and artificial intelligence. So, trust me, I have not taken up any course till now. I have not taken up any, I have not followed any YouTube channel of artificial AIML or any of these stuff, because I love learning stuff from a lot of resources. So whatever comes in, I study. Whatever comes in, I read. Like today, you took the session. What you'll do? You'll go home. You'll search about. Sorry, you'll just switch the screens after the session, and then if you just search about. So there is this platform. It is very basic platform, teachable.com. I'll just write. So if you're new to okay, so just write teachable Google as like just write teachable Google. So in that platform, you can train the model yourself and create your custom models. So that is also one of very exciting stuff. So that's how we learn stuff, right? So just be active on LinkedIn, follow, make connections with people who are interested in AI and ML. They usually post up stuff for you, they post up stuff with resources. So go on these resources, and what fits best for you, just go see the video or read them. And that's how you learn stuff, right? There is no as such specific platform that I would recommend, because that's very unfair to say that that platform is best for me, right? So, do we have any more questions, guys? ResearchGate, yeah, but in ResearchGate we have a lot of papers which are unavailable, right? So you cannot access a lot of them. But yeah, we have different techniques to get papers. Which language should I use for machine learning? Python or C? Python is the only, like Python and R are only languages that we use in machine learning, not C. C is a development language. C, C++, Java, all these languages are development language. Python and R is only that we use for machine learning.
I guess that's it for the Q&A. All right. So before we proceed towards, the vote of thanks by Anusha, let us quickly have some pictures. We are not in an offline event. Yeah, that's a biggest FOMO that we cannot take pictures together. But yeah, let's have, some virtual pictures, and then Anusha will conclude this event with a vote of thanks. So
Sure, sure.
everyone, you can turn on your videos, you can do some poses, and yeah, either thumbs up or cheese. And yeah, please, Anusha, take screenshots. I'll be taking for you as well. All right, Anusha, you can proceed with the vote of thanks now.
Yeah. As we come to the end of this insightful session, I want to express our deepest gratitude to Akanksha Rani ma'am for sharing her knowledge and expertise with us. Thankful to our principal, Dr. Payal Magu ma'am, teacher conveyor, Dr. Dipali Bajaj ma'am for their motivation and all-round support. A huge shout out to our collaborators, GDSCs, for co-hosting the event. They were Government College of Engineering, Amravati, Vignan's Institute of Engineering for Women, Vishakhapatnam, IIMT College of Engineering, Greater Noida, IIPS International Institute of Professional Studies, Asasnol Engineering College, Singhad Institute of Technology and Science, Pune, Central University of Haryana, and Pragati Engineering College. Thank you for all our participants for joining in and actively engaging throughout the session. We hope you found today's session informative and inspiring. Stay tuned for more exciting events in the future. Wishing you all a very wonderful evening. Thanks again, ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone. We will be sharing Akanksha ma'am's socials along with this event recording with you in the GDSC group. So stay tuned. And yeah, I know that many of you are looking forward for another practical hands-on session. So don't worry. We will schedule one soon, and we will let you know all the details in the group itself.
Thank you, Khushi. Thank you, Anusha. Trust me, like I really enjoyed today's session, taking that, because audience was really great and you both were great hosts in there. And thank you so much for calling me here. And I hope, like if not everything, at least 20, 30, or 40% of stuff got in your head, and you would definitely, uh, uh, you know, uh, try to start off your careers or learn more about AI, ML, and machine learning algorithms and all these stuffs. And I would love to take up doubts even after session. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kushi. Thank you, Anusha, again.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed, a lovely experience to have you here. And yeah, looking forward for more session because yeah, this is not the climax. I feel that. Okay.
Sure, sure. No issues. No issues.